After months and months of running a lot, but not training for anything, it is finally time to start working towards a goal, because we've got Copenhagen half marathon in 12 weeks. So Ben and I finally got our ducks in a row. We've made some travel plans. We will not be roasting in Dubai all summer long, so I've got good hopes that I will be able to put together quite a few good weeks of training in a cooler climate. Therefore, Copenhagen half is on, and it is a goal race. So I am now finishing a down week, a bit of a reset before the official start of the block tomorrow. Now 12 weeks, it's kind of long for a half marathon, but number one, the first 4 weeks will be nothing but trying to survive the Dubai heat. We won't really be ramping things up, and we won't be doing anything specific until we get to Europe later on. 2, I'm at the point where right now I need to be working towards something. A version of me that was able to look in and pour her heart and soul into a training block for a goal race a few times a year. I miss her. I want her back. I want to remember what it's like. So we're doing this. Right, today is the very first session of the block, and it is such a classic. It is 3 by 8 minutes tempo. So I train based on effort, but usually I know that for this type of session, my pace is going to land somewhere between 3:55 and maybe 4:02 minutes per K. Now today, given the conditions we have, I am fully prepared for my pace to maybe drift more towards 4 or 5 minutes per K. So right now it is 29 degrees. It's going to go up to 30, 31 degrees when we're at the track, and the humidity is currently 81%. Today I'm wearing the Endorphin Speed 5 for the first time in, I would say, over 6 months, because I had to put these shoes not in my suitcase with me to Dubai, but in the container that was going to travel from the UK to Dubai, that was meant to get to us in March. It only got to us mid-June. I don't want to talk about it, but anyway, we've got all our belongings now, including all our running shoes, and I kind of want to see if I prefer the Puma Pure Nitro or the Endorphin Speed for that sort of session at tempo effort. Warm-up done, and I'm dripping already. I'm gonna drop this frozen bottle of water somewhere on the side of the track and get started. My God. So this is half my sweat and half the sprinklers around the track. I've been purposefully running into them to get cool. How's Ben doing? It's horrible, isn't it, today?
Yeah, I failed under it.
Long reps like this, even if it's like a more relaxed pace than if we were going 5K, 10K first. Wow. Wow. That's all I've got to say. Right, I will put my splits on the screen for you. My watch was saying I was in the low 4 minutes per K, so like 4:02, 4:03. Training in those conditions, I think it's a good test for the ego, because can you push more? Yes, but then are you still in the right prescribed effort zone, or are you actually overreaching? And if I had tried to go any faster today, if I had tried to run like a 3:58 to 59 minutes per K, I would have definitely not been at tempo effort today in those conditions. Right, gonna get a drink and then cool down. On the shoes, I think for this sort of pace, I still prefer the Endorphin Speed over the Puma Pure Nitro Pure. I never know. Thursday morning, we came down to Kite Beach for the run today. So on the plan, I've got easy 70 minutes. The humidity is absolutely crazy today. And honestly, I think the heat we can handle. You know, it's 29 degrees. It's actually not really the problem, especially for easy runs. The humidity is what absolutely wrecks us. And the path is actually really quiet today compared to even last week at the same time. It feels like it's really the Dubai summer now, and a lot of people have left for a couple months. We are still here for another 4 weeks, I think. Yeah, 4 weeks. Let me give you a quick rundown of my week so far because I've not filmed everything. So Monday kicked off the block with an easy hour. I also did some strides and I went to the gym for a full body workout. Tuesday was the track session, which you saw, and then Tuesday evening I did an easy 30-minute run on the treadmill. Yesterday morning, easy 12k, also some strides, and I went to the gym. I trained legs. And here's Ben. Anyway, so I was saying, and this morning, easy 70 minutes. And I'm actually wearing my Puma Deviate Pure, which I'm really enjoying, especially for easy runs. For steady as well, they're really good, but it's funny that I bought them in hopes that they could become a session shoe. And I do not like them for sessions, but I'm loving them for easy running. Also, I do apologize if it feels like I'm just banging on about humidity. We should count how many times I say the word humidity in this vlog, but really it is my challenge. It is what surprises me the most so far this year. Next year, I won't be going on and on about it because I know what to expect. I'll be hopefully a bit more used to it. But man, this year, it truly is a shock to the system. Like, I open my front door every day, it hits me like a ton of brick. And now I'm at the point where I can tell, I can feel it, whether the humidity is lower or higher than 80%. I don't know, it's just in the way I feel and how the air is. Ben's got a slightly longer run than me and he started after me. So I've got a bit of time. I'm gonna go get us some drinks. I'm going to my favorite cafe, the Fields Marcel Arab. So please order an acai smoothie with peanut butter. Only peanut butter? Yeah, only peanut butter, thank you. On my way back to the car with Ben's drink, he just texted me that he finished his run. And then I realized I didn't have the car key. Did I actually leave the car unlocked, leave the car key in the car, went to get the drink without a worry in the world? So I asked Ben that, I was like, was the car unlocked? And he said, yes. Oh my gosh, only in Dubai. That's the sort of stuff you can just do in Dubai and you don't really have to worry about it, but it's the first time I do it. Like, I am vlogging from my phone. I've got this little mic that I had at the same time as I bought a tripod, and I've tried to hook it up to my phone. I don't really know if I did it properly, so there's a high chance that the audio right now is terrible, and I do apologize for it. So since last time I vlogged, which was yesterday morning, I ran twice more. Yesterday afternoon, I did an easy 30 minutes on the treadmill. You know what really annoys me with the treadmill? Is that my watch is so widely over-reading my pace. It's actually really frustrating me. So I'm on the treadmill running about 525 minutes per k. My watch tells me I'm running 425 minutes per k. That's a full minute difference. I absolutely dislike this level of inaccuracy. So when I do a treadmill run, then I go onto the Garmin app and I manually correct the distance to match what the treadmill is saying. And then I go on Training Peaks and I manually correct this as well because I do not want Training Peaks to tell me that I run more than what I actually did. And then I do a manual upload on Strava. And this morning, just an easy 50 minutes. I actually ran very early. That's because we were up early because Ben was going to the track. But yeah, just an easy 50 minutes for me. And now I am on my way to the pool. Not for an actual swim, just to leisurely splash around. We have this pool in our community. Actually, we have two pools. We have like a proper swimming pool with lanes and then like a leisure pool. And we have access to it as part of our gym membership. But we barely use it. We went for the first time to that pool area early June. It is criminal that we have access to it and we don't use it. So I told myself, I've got to go more. "4:42 in the morning. On a Saturday, I'm gonna go in a minute to the track. This morning I am joining a sub-club track session, which I've been going to, I would say maybe every other week at least. So on the menu today we've got 6 by, is it 6 by? Yes, 6 by 800, 6 by 400, 6 by 200. I'm not quite sure yet at what kind of effort I'm going to be running each of these distances and reps because it is already 32 degrees. But this is not 80 something percent humidity, it is only 75%. I don't want to be checking my pace and stressing over it. Yeah, just get through the session and hope for the best. So I'm not going to take my camera to this one, but afterwards I will give you a little recap of how it went. So the TLDR of today's track session is that it was brutal for everyone. I heard a few people say that it was the worst that they felt on the track so far this year, and I would agree. I mean, it was so challenging. I was not aiming for a certain level of effort for each rep length. I was just trying to make it through the session, basically. So I did 6 by 800 and then 6 by 400 with standing recoveries between rep. I was not really counting the seconds. I was kind of like following the group. We gave ourselves quite generous recoveries because, I mean, between every rep, we needed water, we needed a breather. I mean, it was low-key carnage. I reckon maybe on average 90-second recovery, maybe a bit more between the last 800-meter rep and the first 400-meter rep. And then for the 200-meter rep, I only did 4, not 6, because it was already more than enough intensity for today. And between those reps, I did 200-meter jog instead of stopping and standing, because I feel like when I'm jogging and when I keep moving, it's easier for me to then pick up the pace again and to keep going. And then the 200-meter reps were short enough that I was not desperate for water between each rep. So, yeah. But all in all, really a decent effort. A bit nervous for tomorrow's long run because the conditions are not going to be dissimilar. Should be a little cooler at the same time tomorrow morning, but similar level of humidity. So we shall see. So lately, for the Sunday long runs, we've been going to Mushreef Park, but it's quite a drive away. And today, given the conditions, we thought there was such a high probability we're going to have to cut the run short. We thought maybe it wasn't worth the effort to go all the way to Mushreef, so we at the beach. Originally, the plan was for me to do an easy 21-kilometer long run today. And then last night, Ben was like, if you can manage 90 minutes easy in those conditions, that would be already really good. So we see. Okay, so I managed 18 kilometers today, cut it a bit short. Ben also cut his run short, but honestly, we were so cooked towards the end. It would have been absolutely unreasonable to try and push any further. We run at easy pace, but none of this feels easy when you're in such conditions. I started with a small bottle, like a frozen bottle. And then I refilled it maybe 10 kilometers into the run. Thank God for those water fountains on Kite Beach. And after about 13.5K, I was back at the car, took a bit of a break, I had some water, and then I grabbed another frozen bottle to take with me for the last few kilometers of the run. What really concerns me for this block is my lack of long run workouts. In those conditions, I have not been able to add any intensity to the long runs. I've not done a long run workout in ages. And usually this is not only the backbone of my half marathon training blocks, but it's something I'm doing regularly throughout the year. So that's my big worry. How will I be able to PB at Copenhagen Half? I have no idea. The goal is to PB, but right now it feels more like a dream than a goal in terms of how likely it is to be achieved. But we're going to keep going. We're going to trust the process. And in a few weeks, we'll be in Europe, and those long run workouts, they will have to be the primary focus of my training. But you know what? If anything, running in Dubai has really confirmed that I really love running. I don't just love racing, I love the sport of running, because if I didn't, it would be so easy to quit right now, or at least just do short, easy runs every now and then, not properly train for something. It would be so easy to just swim or stick to the gym, but no. We're still running, we're still going out, we're still trying to make it happen, we're still trying to progress. We're not giving up yet. Now in Dubai, from mid-June to mid-September, there's this mall-a-thon initiative where basically every morning you can go run inside malls. And I was not too keen on that because I don't really like indoor running, and also the GPS is all over the place. But honestly, I am kind of warming up to the idea of doing a few runs when the humidity is really high inside malls. Volume-wise, I don't even know if I made it to 100K, or just about. So I ran 100.6 kilometers, and that's only because I recorded my strides. If I hadn't recorded my strides on my watch,
I would be on 98 or maybe 99 kilometers for this week. And I went to the gym 3 times. Is that correct? Yes, I went Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And yeah, on paper, the training is not really changing much. But mentally, knowing that I'm now training for something, even though it's bloody hard right now to run in Dubai, it changes everything. Like I am motivated. I want to try my best. And yes, hopefully I can still put together some decent training in July. And then we're going to get to Europe. And then we're going to be actually properly training for this half marathon. On that note, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about anything, feel free to leave them in the comments. And I hope to see you all in the next video. Bye!